Good morning, everyone. We right now are at Roosevelt Avenue and Broadway. We're in the Jackson Heights section of Queens. And we're going to be walking another 100-degree day out there. It is 100 degrees once again. Although today the temperature might go up to 101. I'm standing here just watching all these people come in and out of the turnstiles. I guess I'll start leaving the train station, right? All right. I got to figure out how we're going to do this walk. We're going to stay underneath the train tracks. And you know what? We're going to walk this direction. And then what we'll do is we'll come back on the other side. We'll give you guys a nice full tour of Jackson Heights. We might even cross over into Corona. Right now we're on 75th Street. Maybe we should continue the tribute to the heat wave. So what we'll do is we will walk into the hundreds. Now we have the 7 train above us. We were just at the train station. I took the F in here because the F is much quicker. The 7 train goes local, above ground. The F train pretty much goes straight to Jackson Heights once it gets out of Roosevelt Island. So it's a quick ride. What I'll do is I'll stay in the shade. I'll try to stay in the shade to keep cool and also for camera work. We do have a little bit of sunlight in front of us, so when we come back on the other side, it'll be much better lighted in color for the camera footage. So another hot one today. So the last time we were in Jackson Heights, it's been a while, a couple of years. US Open 2023. We're going to have a lot of train traffic above us. The 7 trains run pretty frequently, and it is one of the noisiest elevated routes you will hear. See a lot of food carts. Just made it to 78th Street. I feel like I'm walking underneath the L on New Utrecht Avenue with these street numbers, right? 78th Street. Right now we would be in Bensonhurst. If we were in Brooklyn on 78th Street, we would be coming up on New Utrecht High School. Right? Think about that. 79th Street and 80th Street. We would be coming up on New Utrecht High School if we were walking underneath the tracks in Brooklyn. So Roosevelt Avenue has definitely made the news. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's made the news for the last several years for the wrong reasons. They call this the there's a few names. You got the Market of Sweethearts. You got the Boulevard of Sweethearts. It's basically a lot of brothels operate in this area. But it was really bad when we went in 2023. It was when it was really peaking. So you still have the issue. We might see some ladies out on the sidewalk. But it's not as crazy as it was when we were here. I say there, when we were here in 2023. There definitely has been a crackdown. The other thing about this area is it's had its fair share of crime. And recently, about a month ago, they had released some stats that were pretty alarming. They had said that the crime had gone up 125%. 125% since the beginning of the year. Now, I don't know if those numbers are skewed because more people are reporting crimes. But that's a huge increase. 125 is crazy. It might be it could be a artifact of more people are reporting crimes. There was a point where a lot of people in the community were afraid to report crimes and stuff. So when the NYPD got together with the community and they started cracking down on the brothel stuff, started talking to the community and saying, look, you guys gotta step up. We don't know if there's any problems if you don't report it. So that could be the reason. Got a barbershop? There you go. There goes a couple of girls. So we passed one, so it looks like it's still going on. You got a cop car right here. Doesn't look like police are doing anything about it. So we just passed one of those brothels. There's some more girls right here in front of me. If you got children, do not have them watch this episode. This is an adults only walking tour today. I tell you, the sunlight is really killing my shots. Jump in front of the Q29 right there. Now, it is hot today. We were in Harlem yesterday, if you watched that walk, and it is continued to be hot. It is 100 degrees right now. Today they're saying it might get up to 103 in some spots of the city. The difference today is it's not as humid. Not that it matters, but the humidity is down to 60%. I was saying the humidity is down to 60%. It's still that's still humid though. It's still very humid. When you have temperatures at 100 degrees, it doesn't matter. But this should be the last day we hit the triple digits. Now tomorrow, temperature is going to be in the 90s, so it's still going to be hot. And then we got a nice little cool down coming for the end of the week, and it's not a cheap one either. I mean, we're going to have a storm system spin off the northeast. Is going to bring in that nice, cool Nova Scotia air. It's going to get down into the low 70s, 60s. So it's definitely going to be a big relief for everyone. The other thing today here in New York is primary day. People are voting in the New York City primary, New York State primary. Primary, in case you don't know, if anybody that might not know, there are people that don't really get involved in politics, but primaries is where you vote to elect your candidates for the election in November. So it is very possible to vote out an incumbent before they even see election day. That's not going to happen though. I took you guys to two of the hottest places in New York City. We were in Harlem yesterday, and today we are in Jackson Heights, Queens. Check this girl out with this big umbrella. The umbrellas do help. I'm going to tell you a little story. I think it might have been last summer. Yeah, it was last summer. I had went out with the camera, was doing some photography, some storm photography. And of course I had my umbrella with me to keep my equipment dry. This street right here has a lot of these little markets. But anyway, I went out with the umbrella. It was raining, and did some photography. But eventually what happened was, it stopped raining and the sun came out. And when the sun came out, it was hot. I think it was like in the 90s. And there I am walking with this umbrella. I'll finish this story in a second. That's the thing, you gotta take a break every time a train is passing over. So what I was saying was, so I'm out there and the sun comes out, and it's hot. It's really hot. And I decided to open the umbrella, and I couldn't believe how much the temperature dropped underneath that umbrella. So you don't think about it much, but when you have an umbrella in this heat, it literally drops the temperature down a few degrees. You definitely feel the difference. That looks like a homing pigeon right there. All right, we've made it to 90th Street. So, once again, if we were in Brooklyn, we'd be in Bay Ridge. I keep giving the Brooklyn references because that's where I'm from, and that's where I do most of my walks. Soon we're going to be hitting Junction Boulevard. We're going to be hitting Junction Boulevard, and we cross Junction Boulevard. That would officially be Corona. And then if you keep walking, you'll eventually literally walk right into Citi Field, home of the Mets. And then past Citi Field is Flushing. I'm going to get in the shade over here. I'm going to see if I can stay in the shade. I see people in the shade. Let's see if I could get in here.
No tiene moral.
This is a pretty quiet block. A lot of these stores don't have any, well, they're not stores, they're just empty property here. So we're gonna have to cross over to the other side coming back. We're gonna be in that sun. Right here is Whitney Avenue. Whitney Avenue. Oh, there's a nice breeze coming in right at me, but it's a hot one. You feel these hot breezes. It feels like when somebody opens an oven door. You know, it's just a hot wind. Look at this truck. Man, this is big. Look at that. That is a big truck. Doesn't look like they're open yet. I'd at least put a cooler out there with some bottles of water. They might make some money. Look at the balloon guy. He's earning his money. Alright, we have made it to 95th Street. Hope everybody that is watching this is keeping cool while I'm out here melting. I am literally melting. I call this melting weather. So there's sweat weather and then there's melting weather. It literally feels like you're just melting, like you're just wasting away. I'll tell you, yesterday when I got on the train, people were looking at me and I was like, man, I must be like really like drenched, because like, and I'm normally not a person that sweats, so they must have noticed it. I was saying, you know, people were looking at me on the train. I must have really looked drenched. So I'm going to look the same way when I get back on the train later. In case you're wondering my strategy when I do these walks, we got some food carts. A couple of food carts on the corner. I was saying this, so my strategy is I basically do a hit and run. I take the train, I get to the spot, I start immediately, I do the walk, and I end it immediately, I get back on the train. That's how I do these. I call them hit and runs. Get it done and get out of here. I believe this is Junction Boulevard, which means we are crossing over into the Corona section. There's a sign right there, and that is the train station. So we are officially in Corona right now. This right here is 97th Street. This light's gonna turn green, so I'll wait and then I'll cross. Well, we're hitting 98th Street, so we're gonna make it to 100th Street with 100-degree weather. So 2 days in a row, triple-digit street numbers and triple-digit temperature. Another question I got from somebody locally in my neighborhood that knows me personally and watches my channel, like, do you take any water with you on these walks? There you go. I got my hat in my hands. I'm not wearing my hat. And I won't drink the water until I really need to. Generally, I don't like to drink the water too early because then you got a situation where you got to go to the bathroom later on. So I tend to just hold out. Got a lot of graffiti on the sides of these homes, but these homes are these are the, I don't know if those are the back of the homes or the front, because there's a street right over there. You got a house right here. Look at this house. It's got like a business connected to it. You could imagine at one time these storefronts weren't down here. It was just the homes. We're going to be turning around soon, so we'll be on the other side of that street. Give you guys a full tour. We got to get back into Jackson Heights. We are not in Jackson Heights anymore. And we're about to hit 100th Street on a 100-degree day. Actually, it's 102nd Street. We must have skipped 101, 100 and 101 because of this. There's a roadway that cut right through Roosevelt, and there was no through streets, so we're at 102. Now, at the time that I'm recording this, it's 100 degrees, but it may get hotter today. And I haven't checked the weather app. So for all I know, it could have went up another degree. You can see they're still doing construction over here at this train station. We're gonna cross over though, because the way I'm looking at it, we're at the 31-minute mark. So if I walk back, it'll be another 30 minutes, right? So I get a 1 hour walk in. Oh man, here's a Popeyes. I give you some tenders. This is the 103rd Street Corona Plaza station. And there is a plaza over here, but I think it's all blocked off because they're doing some renovation work. Oh, it's actually open. It's you go walk through there. Well, we're gonna turn around. Alright, let me do some, I gotta put my hat on. Just give me a second here, guys. I'm gonna stop here. Alright. If you're wondering why I had my hat off, I wanted to have a nice even tan on my face and on my head. Walking into the sun. Now we're walking the other way, so don't care much for the back of my head. My back of my head has a nice little tan anyway, so we are going to be walking in the sun now, like all the time, not just shade, but just all sun, I guess. I am recording this on June 24th, Tuesday, second day in a row of 100-degree temperatures. See, I'm out here in extreme cold weather, extreme hot weather, rain, snow, thunderstorms. Nothing keeps me inside. This guy's carrying an AC. Get a close-up of that graffiti we passed earlier. There's the street I was talking about over there. You see that little street? That's the street that kind of cuts through here. I bet you if you walk down that street, you'll get 100th Street. This is called 39th Avenue. This is 39th Avenue right here. What we'll do is we will get over to that little spot there. Good, I'm letting you guys go. Well, I guess I'll go in front of that guy. So for a little brief moment, we're on 39th Avenue. That's a lot of stuff they're carrying. Look at that. I definitely empathize with people like that, man. They won't quit. They're out every day making money to support themselves or their family. All right, we're back on Roosevelt. I'm not gonna lie, it is much hotter on this side of the street. Oh man. Even when I was walking in the sun on the other side, I mean, it is way hotter over here. That's the effect of when you have the sun on your back. Junction Boulevard is always going to be your busiest, one of your busiest intersections underneath the train tracks on Roosevelt Avenue. Especially this corner right here. You're going to see a lot of people out here. Looks like we got some graduators. Schools are almost out and a lot of the seniors are graduating from their grades. Oh, she's doing ice cream over here. Look at that. Oh, she probably gives out more ice cream and sells for less money than the ice cream truck. Wanted to tell a story, so I'm waiting for that noise to go away. So we just passed by that ice cream lady, and speaking of prices for ice cream, the other day I happened to I was going for one of my runs, and it was when it was starting to get hot. It was in the 90s, might have been Saturday. And I finished my run. I got down to the 69th Street Pier, and there's a guy. He's got an ice cream truck over on 69th Street over there all the time. So I was curious. I was like, I wonder how much ice cream is going for these days. And he was selling. I asked for the double. I wasn't gonna. It wasn't like I was buying. I was just asking, what the prices were like. And I asked him about a double cone, because that's what I usually get. And it was $10. $10 for a double cone. I was like, wow. I was like, that's crazy. You could get a pack of Klondike bars for like $10 at the supermarket. So I'm gonna make an observation. Like, it feels hotter than yesterday. I'm gonna just say it right now. I mean, because there is the one thing I did not feel yesterday. I mean, it was hot, but it was more like blanket hot, like with the humidity. Like today, I'm feeling the sun. I mean, it's really burning on the back of my neck. So it just feels hotter than yesterday. At times, I have to do a burst of fast walking to get in front of people. This right here is Elmhurst Avenue. We are in the Jackson Heights section. We started off in Jackson Heights at the train station, the Roosevelt Avenue train station for the F, the M, I believe the E is over there too, 7 train. We started there and we walked into Corona for a little while, and then we turned around and we are now back in Jackson Heights. We are back in Jackson Heights. That's what I said before the big chirp of the siren. I'm going to tell you, my camera is hot. The difference this time around, last year, I did that heatwave walk in the Bronx, and it was, I did multiple neighborhoods in one day. I did Soundview, Parkchester, Westchester Square, and I was just getting into Pelham. I literally had just crossed into the confines of Pelham, and my camera died. Like, it went out because it was too hot. It has a safety feature. This time around, I did one walk yesterday and we're doing one today, so we should be fine. But the camera is hot. Very hot camera right now. I am not using a GoPro. A lot of people ask me. GoPro would have shut off a long time ago already. That's what I don't like about GoPros. I mean, if you're recording in 4K in this heat, like, they'll shut down in like 15 minutes. This camera is a DJI Pocket 2, and I mean, it is a tank, this camera. I've been using this camera for over 2 years now, and it's still going. They don't make this camera no more. You have to buy the 3, the DJI Pocket 3. It has like a bigger screen on it. Lets you do portrait video and stuff like that. I was saying they don't sell this camera no more. This camera is discontinued. So if you buy it, you're gonna have to buy it off market or sold or something. I never bought the 3. My friend has the 3, or many people have the 3. I find this camera to be superb to the 3. A lot of people might disagree with me there, but if you know how to work a camera in manual mode and adjust levels and settings, then this camera is, I think, better. The thing about the 3 that makes it better, it's got a better range, especially for night video, when it's being run in automatic. So, but you could get the same quality, maybe even better, from this camera if you know how to work the manual controls. That's what I usually run everything manual. I'm a manual person when I do photography. Hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. I have the 3, but eventually I'll have to get it. That was a long line of cars. I was saying that eventually I'll have to get the DJI Pocket 3, but at this rate, the way it's going, this camera might last until the next one comes out. Got a little bit of a breeze coming in right now. Hot, hot oven breeze. I'm not doing a lot of panning today because, you know, a lot of these stores are just all box style, all connected to each other. But it's mostly all the same thing. Retail, clothes, food, grocery stores, over and over and over again. Ah, I crossed behind this guy. I didn't have to because the light changed. This is the local D2, I guess, in Roosevelt, Jackson Heights. We have a D2 on 80, I want to say it's 85th and 4th in Bay Ridge. I just realized this walk is going to might run us over an hour. So we're just hitting 83rd Street. I still got to get down to like 69th. Guy was selling belts. I want to thank everybody that has stayed with us on this walk. If you're still watching, we are almost done. My goal is to get back to the train station, and if you guys stay with me, I will take you guys through the train station. If you guys want to see the train station, we'll go back downstairs onto the platform. Maybe I'll get on a train. Maybe that's how we'll end it. We're definitely going to end it down in the train station. And if I looked like I was melting yesterday when I got on the train going home, I'm probably going to look even more melted. We'll see if I get any more side eyes or anything like that. Vicious. That's the best word I could describe this heat is vicious. All right, we've made it to 80th Street. I'll tell you, walking back, well, it doesn't feel like we walked this far. We have to get back to the train station. We get into an area that is packed again soon. This spot right here is a little wide open space. Not a lot of stuff going on. Less foot traffic. I'm gonna jump behind this car as the light changes. I sense some of you are watching saying, Vin, go in to the shade on the left there. I'll tell you, it's not much relief. There's still a lot of sun coming through there. All right, guys, we're getting close. We are on 76th Street. Alright guys, I'm going to take you down into the train station. Right down to where I got to wait for the train. This is where we started. We'll go in that way where the buses pick people up. This right here is 75th Street. This is where the train station is. I know I said 69th Street earlier, but it is at 75th Street. All right, let me get into the train station. Now this is a very busy train station because of all the train lines, but a lot of people take the bus to the airport over here, LaGuardia. I think I'm missing the train right now. Let me give you guys a look at the train station. Oh, it's an E train, so I'm good. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the walk here. I want to thank everybody for tagging along. We walked from here down to Corona, turned around, and now we're back, and I'm gonna be taking the train home now. So with that, I wish everybody a good day, and I hope to catch you all on the next one. So take care, and bye bye from a very hot 100-degree Jackson Heights. Bye bye.